It all started on a camping trip in a pristine forest near Priest Lake, Idaho, in 1973. The dazed 8-year-old woke up one morning in his tent with someone around him. The boy ran from the tent, the camp leader convinced he woke up from a nightmare. But the nightmare would only continue. The boy's family are consistent in church. He would always help at events. And after these events, he would often end up at people's houses. One day, the young boy was showed a weapon by an elder. I didn't know if he was going to kill me. Spokane, 1976, the now shy, shaggy-haired 11-year-old boy named Terrell was in Bible study. Young Terrell told an elder at a Jehovah Witness congregation that someone was touching him inappropriately. Instead, the church leader scolded the young boy. We can do nothing about it without a second witness. Remember your scriptures. No single witness can convict another for any error or any sin that he may commit. On the testimony of 2 witnesses or on the testimony of 3 witnesses, the matter should be established. Police weren't notified, nor his parents. The church allowed the alleged abuser to continue spending time with Terrell, hurting the boy for years. Around the same time, according to some news articles, the mother of Danielle Inholm, another kid, reported to the church that the same abuser had touched her son too. Again, the leaders failed to act, giving him access to minors. Still, allegedly, church officials never alerted the police. 2 men are suing a South Hill Jehovah Witness congregation. Allegedly, a leader of the church S.A. the men while they were boys in the 1970s. From about 1973 to 1980, when victim 1 was 8 to 15 years old, and around 1975 for victim 2, when he was 11 to 12 years old. I won't go into details because it's repulsive. But of course, here at UVC, we found the court documents and we will have them in the description box.
Don't be shocked. You're shocked?
Jones in the community is known as a servant and elder. He has been convicted at least twice in the past from charges of child SA. And according to court documents, in 1984, Jones, a 12-year-old boy, continuously. During the trial, a relative of Jones testified that the abuse was similar to what Jones had done to him personally when the relative was the ages of 12 to 14 years old. The judge sentenced Jones to 16 years in prison. It could all been prevented if someone would have called the police back in the 70s. Keep in mind, majority of the abuse happened on the property owned or operated by the defendants, South Hill, Southeast, and Christian Congregation of Jehovah Witness, Inc. Jones' alleged abuse happened during activities that were sponsored by the congregation or directly as a result of the sponsored activities. Jones was not listed as a defendant in the suit because the complaint is focused on what knowledge church officials had of Jones' SA and how they failed to protect children. All these red flags and these Smiths continued allowing Jones to have access to the minors, to our children. Watchtower Bible and Tract Society. What is it? It's a nonprofit that oversees the Jehovah Witnesses from New York. There, they maintain a secret database containing allegations of child for multiple decades, and most allegations have not been shared with law enforcement at all. The Watchtower refused to release the contents of the database. This is the world we live in? Well, you humans?
Young Jehovah's Witnesses are complaining, going to court with charges they've been sexually molested by older members of the church, fathers, stepfathers, elders, Bible teachers. Deepening their misery, they say, is the way the church handles those cases. It avoids going to the police and instead puts matters in the hands of elders, spiritual shepherds, in effect creating its own internal justice system. And victims will tell you it's a system designed to protect not the children, but the church itself. And as a result, it may shield, even encourage, dangerous pedophiles.
Don't you want devoted followers who leave their families for you, give their money to you, give their bodies to you, give up their lives for you, consider you God, and will kill for you? Don't you want to become a cult leader?
I will do what you say for the cause. I will leave my family for the cause. I will give you my money for the cause. I will give you my body for the cause. I will die for the cause. I will kill for the cause. I love you.
The congregation, through their agents, smiths, servants, and employees, concealed the abuse of children, like a woman put on a girdle to hide her midsection, in order to conceal their own bad acts, their flaws, in failing to protect children. They couldn't even be a true soldier of God. I'm going to be honest. A lot of you all are devils in disguise, masking as a soldier of God. This is extreme spiritual warfare. This is one of many trending Jehovah Witness cases to date. This law fostered institutions to breed this demonic behavior, causing generations of spiritual turmoil. Due to these demonic acts in this church, the two men are experiencing severe emotional and psychological distress, a shock to their nervous systems, anger, anxiety, depression, disassociation, family turmoil, fright, humiliation, mental anguish, and spiritual warfare and loss of faith. When reading the court documents, it doesn't state whether Daniel's mother reported to the elders, but in many news articles, it does. It seems like a trend. The elders bully or neglect the situation, creating their own law systems. If that was my son, why would I go to the church first? As an adult and child of God, where is your discernment? Police station, then church, in that order, to wreak havoc on the church, because the Most High don't live there. Sorry, I would be a mother bear over my cubs. If you don't know, Washington lawmakers removed clergy members from its mandatory reporter list in 1975. It's one of 7 states where clergy are not mandatory reporters of child. And of those 7 states, it's one of only 2, Alaska being the other, that also specify that communications between church members and clergy are protected from disclosure to authorities. Lighters. As a kid, at what point do children give up on their community leaders and families? Freaking unsanitary and uncivilized, if you ask me. The lawsuit seeks compensation and punitive damages against the congregation. Hey, I second that motion. Jones, currently 72, lives in California and has since been released from prison. Remember, if you are a true child of God, the elected ones, just be holy, not religious. Choose positivity. Choose the most high energy. Everything is a choice. It's the DLG Meraki. Welcome back to the UVC family. Protect the like button and subscribe if you're loving the vibes and the content. Be great, be loved, spread love, and a lock and a rat connect. Catch y'all later.
Why? During the Great Tribulation, we may receive instructions that seem strange, impractical, or illogical. Of course, Jehovah will not speak to us personally. He will likely provide direction through his appointed representatives. That will hardly be the time to second-guess the direction or to view it with skepticism, wondering, is this really coming from Jehovah, or are the responsible brothers acting on their own? How will you fare during that crucial time in human history?